Gabe and I are going through Arcanum. This is part 2. We're departing from the crash site, going to Shrouded Hills. How are you doing, Gabe?
I'm doing good, and I gotta say, this is one smooth intro, man. The
Thank you.
music, I feel like I'm Kenneth Clark. I'm about to explain Western civilization right now.
We're playing, new technology. I got new toys, so hopefully people like the live music. I'm gonna try and play it a little bit throughout. It's such a
Yeah,
good soundtrack.
we stroll some dwarvish culture with our technology.
Yeah, exactly. The corruption of technology. Yeah, so we're doing part 2 here today. Last time we talked about a lot of front matter, a lot of where does this game come from, what does it look like, how did it come to be. And today we're diving into the meat of it, actually getting into Shrouded Hills. We're doing the first half. We're trying to split into two. So what did we play for today? We played through basically figuring out where we need to go, like where's the solution. Spoilers, Tehran, but we'll get to that. It includes arriving at Shrouded Hills, the Bessie Tune Mine, and maybe one or two side quests in Shroud Hills. There's only a handful. It's a pretty small town, but it's got a lot of really thoughtfully developed content there. Um, Maybe a good place to start, Gabe, because last time I was a little farther ahead, and I talked through my guy's exploration. My character I'm playing through the game with this time, Maddox Burrows, the halfling thief, little shithead, ugly little shithead, beat with an ugly stick, got immediately assaulted, attacked on sight by Fergus, was it, or Fargus?
Hmm.
One of the two thieves with a mysterious name. I'm just curious with your guy, how did the crash site go? Was there anything we missed that maybe you went through?
Well, I played three characters. Like I said, you got Mencius Melkor, my dark elf mage. Who is he is one of the modded races for the patch, which I'm fine with using modded races because this game you literally can't play this game unmodded. So I don't have this. Oh, you should use vanilla in your reviews. No, no, no. Like I can't use vanilla in my reviews. Like, the game's unplayable with vanilla, right? So
Yeah, I have a
so
ton of new thoughts about mods, by the way. I think we're going to record an intro for this series that I'll talk through a little bit more, but I'll go into it more as the episode goes on because I added some mods as we did this section.
right. Yeah, I think with mods, especially Kane's games in particular, they just make the game perfect, right? It's that weird thing where mods I think are almost there's a symbiosis between like what the developers create and what the fans like. There's a weird like symbiotic relationship between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And that with like certain other companies, certain big boy Bethesda, I'm not going to say it, they try to harness that beautiful, they try to rationalize it, and they don't understand that it's irrational. It's like a Spengler's theory of plants. You're not supposed to fuck with it. You're supposed to just let it be.
Yeah, just let it do what it's meant to do. So your main character, as a refresher, is the dark elf mage, and you played through
Yeah,
Mankius Boldmug.
no, Menki is Melkor.
Melkor. Sorry. I don't know how I made that mistake.
Hey, apparently the K's help out a lot with that south chest you get from a name spawning.
Well, tell me about that. And he is a necromancy focused build. Like, where did you
Yeah.
put the points generally? It was like willpower, necromancy.
Well, yeah, harm, the spell that can get you through like at least
Mhm.
40% of the game is just harm. And then of course conjure spirit, which lets you skip half of the main quests without doing their main struggles. Yeah, so he's a necromancy build. He's a cheese build. He's going to just carve through the game as quickly as possible. So he's the mage build. The tech build is, of course, Theodore Build-A-Bum or Build-A-Bomb. No relation to a certain MK Ultra victim. He's the tech build. He's the classic, Pyre Axe plus build a automaton spider spam. You get the fire axe as quickly as you can in that little basement in that part of town that you have to get. You have to use Magnus to make a sword. I forget what a featherweight sword. I forget what sword Magnus can make
That's
for
one of the
you.
early ones. Yeah.
And then you can use that sword to find the pyro axe really really quickly, and then the pyro axe will get you through 90% of the game. Yeah, so Theodore Build-A-Bum, he's the tech build. Mencius is the mage build. Orc Brand is the half ogre or half orc. He's the retard playthrough, and so you get to see the retard get killed in the first village in Shrouded Hills because I couldn't resist saying the constable and his wife were stinky.
Really, that's an option?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could say, "I think you stinky." He's like, "What?" You know, Orc Brain here, your wife stinky too, and then he kills you.
Dude, that's awesome. And again, you're not committing to doing these guys all the way through, but just for variety's sake, I dig it.
Yeah, just to see a little bit of the reactivity to your races and so forth.
Yeah, I never made it through all the way with a dumb dialogue guy. I've definitely done it before, but I think I never made it out of Shrouded Hills because it does get a little bit like, what am I doing here? He talks like a, like an oaf.
Yeah, he gets lynched for being a retard.
Yeah,
by the sheriff himself.
So what did you get in the? You're just flexing your random pickup. You get the random seed based on your name as a refresher. A lot of these like magical chests, and there's one in the south of the crash site.
All right, so I got identified by the sweet gypsy woman, right? So I got a magical robe, or a magic with a K robes. So fire resistance 2 plus 20. All other resistances plus 20. Durability 3. So that's the robe, which actually just looks straight up. It looks just straight up stylish. It's
very... it one of those blue ones?
No, it's a white and gold robe.
Oh, so pimp.
Yeah. A necromancer like white and gold, like
gold fringe. Yeah, it's like I'm wearing white, but I'm a bad boy.
Yeah, a Vatican necromancer.
So you got one magic robe, and what was the other thing?
A charmed staff. So this one is FT 3 to 12 plus 6, and a D. Well, the damage is not the best. It is 1 to 8. Yeah. So it does 2 more points than what? Do I have my dagger? Or did I give it to Virgil? I think I gave up my dagger.
Yeah, he gets the cuck dagger, the steel dagger. You get
actually, no. So straight off the bat, the old flintlock pistol, like the only gun you can get for a little while, only goes 1 to 5. So this staff is already better than a fucking gun.
Yeah, well, the flintlock pistol is notoriously shit. I actually added a gun mod to mine, which makes them a little more tolerable, because I was looking at some of the average damages for some of the weapons, and flintlock is like 0.06 or something average, damage divided by action point use or something like that, which most weapons are 1 to 3 range. Like a steel dagger, I think, is a 1.3 by memory when I calculated it out. So a steel dagger is like a decent starting weapon.
A fine steel dagger. I'm looking at Virgil's inventory right now. A fine steel dagger is 2 to 6.
Yeah, which is solid. And it has high speed rating. There's a whole other thing we're gonna get into. I'm gonna do a brief tutorial on some of the combat skills, and you and me just talk about combat 101 later in the episode, because that's one of the filters of this game for people. So hopefully anyone listening to this that maybe hasn't played the game all the way through, or played some and got frustrated, we can give a little bit of clarity on some of these really opaque rules and make it more approachable for people. Okay, so you've played through, you got a little bit of magical stuff for your dark elf, and you've made it out. What did you do for the quest? Were you a bad boy? Were you a good boy in terms of Fargo? We got to talk. Sorry, Fargus. We got to talk about Fargus as well, because you shared something right after we recorded last time that cracked me up.
I sure did. So I'm playing through. I'm trying to collect footage. For some reason, I misremembered. I thought you could kill both. So my first, as a badass dark elf, I killed both the poor priest whose family was slaughtered, and then I tortured. He's like, and Bride was like, "Yes, I'm free," but you can conjure spirit him. He's like, "Wait, no, I thought I was free." He's like, "Psych, I just want to see you be tortured." So you can conjure him back. You can get rid of his curse and then bring him back just to fuck with him, right? And so sadly, the priest, I thought the priest had unique conjure spirit dialogue, but sadly he doesn't have a unique conjure spirit dialogue. But I'm just fucking around with this. So I played that quest because I'm doing 3 different characters. So I did play that quest 6 times, right? So, but if you look at the names, so the first thief is called Brago, and the other one is called Farkas. Yeah, Fahrkus.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wait a minute. Brian Fargo and Fergus, Brago and Farkas, right? So if you have Fergus Urquhart and you got Brian Fargo, you switch around the letters, you add like an H here and there, you basically get Brago and Farkas. And of course, notoriously, Interplay tried to sue and prevent them from even forming the studio. So the thieves. I know I'm bringing my Straussian literary reading to my gaming. Is a Straussian gaming analysis here, but I think it's a fair thing to suggest that Brago and Fargo and Farkas and Fergus might just bear a little bit of a family resemblance in terms of references.
Yeah, kissing cousins at least. And yeah, the morality of them being these roaming thieves with zero morality is an interesting touch.
And they steal the priest's sacred heirloom, right? A sacred,
and kill his children, his child.
A certain IP, if you will.
Yeah, it really cracked me up. And you mentioned it wasn't in the wiki, and I was like, yeah, I'm not fucking surprised. The wiki for this game is very no shade on the people that put it together. It's a lot of thankless work. Thank you, Janice, for all you do.
Yeah, you're surprised how like autistic community is. There's another. I know this is a tad bit of a side tangent, but I discovered this as well in Deus Ex. Near the end, when you go to UNACO, this UNACO building, their headquarters, you can find a computer, and it's from the writer. It's a self insert of the writer. I think his like Shelby P, or his last name starts with P, I think. And it's the author of Deus Ex, and he's bragging, "Oh, his writing has been compared to Thomas Pynchon or Jorge Luis Borges." And in the passwords demiurge, which is a reference to Gnosticism. And I'm like, oh man, so there's a Pynchon reference, there's a Borges reference, and because Deus Ex, the guy who wrote Deus Ex, he only wrote one other game, which is Invisible War, the sequel, and he wrote one book. Yeah. So he was tooting his own horn as a writer, comparing himself. He uses real biblical name inside the game. I'm just like Borges. I'm just like Thomas Pynchon, right? And the Deus Ex wiki does not mention this or give any details to this fact. Actually,
interesting. I mean, what a note to go out on, though. Deus Ex and Invisible War, which I think is underrated for the record in terms of the writing and the game itself. So I think he earned it personally.
He's like, you plebs don't understand my work. I'm not going to grace my gifts to you again.
Yeah, I'd rather be homeless than write another unappreciated gem for you people. Back to Arcanum, we have okay. So your dark elf made it through, and your extra experiment builds generally. So wait. So for the final playthrough, because we're focusing on these two playthroughs. My halfling thief, your dark elf. What was his final thing? Did he kill Brago or not Brago? Or did he? Was it Fergus or Brago? Whichever one's the.
Oh, I killed both of them.
Either way.
I dark elf those bitches. They're both right now.
You did the exploit I told you about.
No, remember that got patched. That's patched, sadly.
Oh, it's patched in the okay.
I know my canonical ending is I did not kill the priest. I wanted to get that perk like he gives you, the blessing.
That like 5% per what is it? Response. When people first meet you, like generically, you get a +5 response from people, so they're nicer to you, which is nice. As I've learned the hard way, as we get to Shrouded Hills, and my hideous little fucker is just insulted by everyone. People call him a half-breed too. And I'm like, dude, I'm a halfling. I'm not a half-breed. Like, I don't know why you're mixing these two concepts up, just because they both have half, including in the term. Yeah, you got to go through this penalty box when you're like an ugly fucker or a half-breed of some kind, where you have to say like the character, the villager or whoever or guard will say, "Oh, I don't speak to half-breeds. Oh, I don't speak to freaks." And you say, "Oh, sir, what have I done to cause harm?" And an instant +10 response rate. I was super anxious as soon as I showed up to town. I would just get gang raped by 100 guards and whatever with my level 2 ass. But fortunately, I wasn't so ugly they attacked me. With one beauty, I am curious what would happen. I might need to run that experiment. But people tolerate me. I'll just say that. You show up, you talk to the constable, and did you tell him anything? Like, were you clear about what
Yeah,
you
what
situation?
the game kind of, the constable is like he even forms a party to see if there's any survivors because you can tell him, hey, listen, from like a day trip away or like a couple hours away, here's the crash site, and he says, oh, I'll form a posse and see. Of course, you never get to see if they actually do form a posse or they do actually go to the crash site. But the constable overall is a nice man as long as you don't call him stinky.
I don't
But
think he does, dude. Constable Owens is the name of the guy, and I don't think he actually sends anybody.
well,
He's just a dickhead. He's a useless, shiftless.
well, you forget. Oh, well, he is a
Yeah,
coward, by the way, because you said, well, like, as you said, I'll deal with the bandits, and he stutters because he is kind of a coward.
yeah. Because there's one of the things he tells you. I guess he kind of is. You start next to him in Shrouded Hills, which is sort of idealized starter zone, small town. You got the village music. In fact, let me play that bad boy right this very minute.
This is a high effort series. This is the crown jewel. We got background music. Let's go.
Tell me it's not beautiful. So we show up in Shrouded Hills. We meet Constable Owens. He gives us 3, I guess, big instructions. 1, bridge is closed. Pool's closed, kids. You cannot cross the bridge. There are bandits guarding it. Not even worried about that now. We're still trying to get our bearings on what's going on. The other big thing he tells you is Ritz's is the local sort of jeweler and exotic imports guy to talk to about the ring. We're trying to identify the ring. And also, the other thing is the blimp itself. He says he'll send a party, but I didn't even mention it to him because my guy's trying to play it cool after the meeting the assassin on the way out of town.
Well, the reason why I don't bother because I always talk to the gnome. Like when I first played, I talked to the gnome, the suspicious gnome, which is right next to the church where the engine is, because a gnome will spawn. And remember, kids, in Arcanum, see a gnome, straight to the dome. This is Fallout 3 rules. See a ghoul, don't be a fool. Because the gnome's like, hey, my brother was on that blimp, and you can find a passport of his supposed brother. And of course, and he's like, hey, can you give me that ring? It's supposed to belong to him. And you can give him the ring. I actually have never given him the ring. Have you?
I did before, and you just get off his corpse at the end. It's not that fancy. So you do get it back. It doesn't cost you anything. You can actually, what I did play with this time? Because I actually ran a second build inspired by you. I ran a gunslinger build, and I did experiment. You can actually extort him for 55 gold and say, look, give me 55 gold and we got a deal. And give him the ring for that and he'll take it.
You can out-gnome the gnome.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you can outsmart them if you're clever. My guy this time, I was trying to play more close to the chest, so he didn't mention anything. And the other thing, you get mentioned by our buddy Virgil right as you enter town. He said, oh, what's the guy's name?
Oh, wait. Oh, you're talking about Yoakum, the person you're supposed to find?
Joaquim. Yeah. Oh, the other Joaquim is at the inn next to the bank. And it's like, oh, there's only one building in the middle of town. That's the bank. All the buildings are around the bank. But thank you, Virgil. Very helpful.
Wait, what? The inn is like right in front of the bank. Literally the front door.
The door. It is. Yeah. And you go into the inn. The inn, this is one that has aged harsher for me. I remember this hitting really well. It's completely acceptable, but you go into the inn and it's just this drab little shithole. And there's just, a couple dudes standing in a circle. Dude, the innkeeper hated me. He told me that he wasn't going to serve me as soon as I came in because I was so ugly. Yeah, pretty brutal.
Yeah, you're not going to try that shit in a small town, you little halfling.
Exactly.
You ugly little freak. It's the Sam Hyde thing. You freak.
And you go down, you meet. Oh no, you go into the room and you see there's just 2 dead dudes. what it's a destiny situation, just a bunch of dudes blowing each other out until death apparently. And you get your letter, and Virgil, of course, this fucking sub vocalizing flexer. As soon as you open the letter, at least for me, he just instantly is like, "Oh, Elder Wakeem said this. I don't know if you heard that. I don't know if you finished reading it yet, but I already finished reading this. So let me just tell you what he said," and like interrupts your flow completely. And the letter just says, "Oh, meet me at no, in Toronto." He said, I'll send you a telegram in Toronto." But these gentlemen are trying to assassinate. It's the same. They had a little necklace on.
See, that's why they died during the climax. They were tugging towards Toronto.
Yeah, just sort of a major plot point, but no major really events or battles or anything in terms of the gameplay itself.
Well, there is a setting up of the narrative because between magic and technology, they set up the main hook because that's a major factor in Toronto. It is the idea of magic versus technology. You get a little bit of that with the engine next to the church in the church. Because you get the old wizard south of the town, the Emporium.
Jungle
Done. And he's like, the damn magic, the damn engine that kicked me out of town because of the damn engine. You had to make a choice. You could either go full, build a bomb terrorist, if you will, and blow it up, or repair it. And you get to learn that the tension of this world is between magic and technology. And one literally, it's a zero sum game. One cannot exist in the presence of another.
Mm-hmm.
So it foreshadows it before you get to Toronto, because that's a major point in Toronto.
And also in this area you bump into, is it Jacob Biggs, the half-orc guy at the bar who offers
Soggy Mead, I think.
Sog Mead Mug and Jacob, the half-orc guy. They're drinking at the bar. Did you interact with these guys at all?
Yeah, I recruited him. He's muscle.
Oh, you got Sog. You're a Sog head.
Yeah, because there's that one early spell you can get, which is like a stone fist or something like that. You can increase his hand-to-hand damage.
Oh, so you just have him bare knuckle brawling with people?
Yeah. like Arcanum. Magic is so fun and unique in Arcanum. That there's this one spell, Mage Lock. You can literally lock your doors and enemies.
It locked them in their room. Yeah.
Which is such a fun. Which then again, most for some reason, like Fallout 3 or I guess I don't know. I like the idea of locking doors. Like it's such a fun. It actually gets you to interact with your environment instead of the environment being static for all intents and purposes.
You know what other game does this? I'm gonna go ahead and crack my white monster. Morrowind does this too, where you can put a 5% lock on a door, and then it's just impervious to all NPCs. Mm-hmm. You can do God knows what on the other side of it. They'll never know better.
Oh, because the thing is, their bodies can still no clip kind of, and you could still do magic. You could still shoot like lightning bolts at them and still do damage at them because their bodies will clip through the door and enough to get hit scanned.
Yeah. Did you do the Jacob? Did you do anything with him?
No.
Jacob Benz, that's his name, the half orc, and he says he's got beard dribbling down his chin. He says, "Oh, hey, stranger, would you like a deal? You're the thieving type."
No, you know what? No, my dark elf, he's many things. But yes, the burglary quest. No, I didn't help him out. I always side with the sheriff in that case. Doc, what's his name? Doc something.
You Janny out. You go tell the sheriff.
Listen. I have many reasons, but I believe in pan anti-orcs. All right. The world belongs to the white man and the white man with pointy ears.
The women are very, very brown though in this game. I have noted that. I'm not complaining, to be fair. But they're a little bit darker color. For whatever reason. So is it funny? I did the inverse. Dude, Sog had nothing to fucking do with my ugly little freak. He could not. He literally just, what did he say? He just basically told me, he's like, "Oh, I don't much like you, stranger. Just don't like the way you look." Left it at that. Didn't interact with him at all this time. I've recruited him before. I think he's been when I beat the game with, he was with me, I think, the whole way. So, hard to see the other side. It's kind of like a woman hitting 30. You got the bar Whereas like before, he's interact, you know, that +1 persuasion, that +1 charisma. Because you have to have 9 charisma, I think, is a requirement for him. So I guess you put 1 into Cha.
Yeah, it's again for to have 2 companions right off the bat, 1 to heal, 1 to brawl. It offsets like it helps out from the beginning because you can have a lot of companions. There's no higher your charisma, the higher amount of companions. So you can basically just have a straight up army. You can have
Oh
like
yeah.
12 different dudes.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, if you go with the charisma build, or even if you don't go heavy charisma, you could easily end up with like 3 or 4 people by the end of the game, pretty comfortably. And in this early stage, you pretty much just need 1 big leg up to get over the brigands, which I guess will be the next episode, but the thieves at the bridge. And so Sog could be that thing for you. You're like pretty much any build, if you add any decent build, if you add Sog, by having 9 charisma, I think it is,
Yeah,
you're pretty
Saul
much great. Yeah, you're
because
gravy.
he has 2 half ogre bandits, or you can just do real time and just spam harm.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the backup, the universal fallback. But I did do the Jacob Benz quest. I did rob the bank first. I
You
did the
robbed the
classic
bank.
thing. Oh yeah, you know it, dude. My little
Oh, so the
halfling, ugly
bartender
freak.
was right. Fizz and
Yeah,
Huffing is real. You evil bastard.
yeah. He read this is really right. The bartender too, actually. You know what it is? They actually killed my. No, I killed them actually. They attacked me because he spoke to me once, told me he's like, we don't serve you here, get the fuck out. And then I saved after the whole Virgil conversation in Joaquim's bedroom. I came out, I talked to him again, and he told me like, get the fuck out right now. And I said something that wasn't even that mean. And he just attacked me, and him and the bartender both tried to kill me. We narrowly won out against them because they're not very tough.
Wait, do
And
you
then
have extreme personality or no? That character trait.
no, because I went with ugly, so it's
Ah,
exclusionary. Yeah. And then the guards kept attacking me. I was like, all right, I'm loading save. I don't want to. I don't want to deal with this at level 2.
you get I had to. Yeah, I didn't save my orc character, so I had to restart my. That canonically, orc brand, the half orc, got lynched in Shrouded Hills.
That's the end of the story. That's a
That's
good
the end.
end. Yeah.
He was too retarded to complete the prophecy.
He will. It says here, the living one will be born again on the wings of a single rope from a tree. The end. Did you do? Because I did this. I did rob the bank, but I did it after. I have a whole bunch of thieving shenanigans I got up to.
You bio-Leninist bandit, the ugly
Yeah.
and the misinformed, and the mutts and the half breeds teaming up against a healthy white man of Arcanum.
Exactly. But did you do the what is it, Doc? The save the bank first thing.
Yeah, Doc Roberts, the actual
Yeah.
Giga Chad of the Doc Holiday of his universe.
Yeah. Yeah, which is yeah, obvious Doc Holliday shout out. He's a straight shooting, gun toting.
Yeah, and he gives you the gun, and yes, the gun is still shit. The guns are you have a hope. You have a hope with the entry of the game. The game makes the intro cinematic. It makes it look like guns are going to be overpowered because the intro cinematic, the guy one shots the barbarian, right? You're like, oh shit, guns are going to be great in this, right? I mean, if harm, the beginning harm spell can nuke 3 people in 10 seconds, surely I can get a gun somewhat in a good time. And you get enticed, you get cock teased with the idea of a good gun, and you don't get. And the thing is, you have to mind rape yourself into believing you can get a gun build that's half as good as any like half-assed mage build.
It really is. Wait,
The
so you
elephant
went
gun
with
is
the
not that
gun?
good.
You actually went with the gun?
Oh no, this is my mage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with both my mage build and Theodore build a bomb, I did side. I like I said, I'm not gonna do multiracial unity on either of my playthroughs. I have standards, damn it. Unless it's the Uncle Tom ogre in that museum, the MLK speaking ogre,
Half orc, Gar. Yeah.
Gar, yes, the one who likes Earl Grey tea.
Mm. I did I did the magic sword, which is kind of bowing down to exactly what you're saying. The guns just fucking suck. I did add the mod considerate weapon mod. I added that, and later on, I'm not going to do a gun build, but I think I'm going to add that to the intro we do eventually. It balances out in a really reasonable way where all the guns they either have like a higher lower damage threshold or they have a little better speed. So it's I I, I did my gunslinger build just to test it, and it was pretty reasonable. It didn't feel crazy overpowered. A lot of the higher end guns actually are slightly weaker or the same in it. It just kind of makes those early guns, which are total dog shit, into like, oh, actually this is a viable build. Like this is not painful. And it also makes ammunition all the same price as arrows, I think it is. So it's all like three gold per bullet, and they're weightless or near weightless. So it just makes it so it's like, oh, rather than having this be this thing, oh, I have to carry 50 pounds of bullets everywhere I go, in addition to doing half the damage of any other build, it makes it a viable, reasonable build in this
Yeah.
kind of industrial setting.
A poor little human and his heavy bullets while I'm floating with my weightless harm spell.
Just summoning ghosts everywhere, or was it zombies? I have done the necromancer build. It's pretty fun.
Actually, no, wait. Archery is even better than guns because you can rapid fire arrows. You can't rapid fire nearly as much. If you do real time, if you just go to real time, you can just spam the arrows. It turns into a machine gun.
Yeah.
The guns you can't machine gun the guns, if I recall correctly, in real time.
I don't think so. No, yeah, because there's a full animation. Whereas for some reason the bow is like a single. It's like a little 2-frame animation.
Yeah.
It's like, boom, 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 boom. It's ridiculous. Granted, with that said, I'm still trying to stick to turn based, and so far I've done it. It's made it a little bit more enjoyable actually. Except for if you're fighting like 3 rats or something, it's no point.
Yeah, that's one of the other behind the scenes, if I recall correctly, that Tim Cain wanted this so badly to be. But Baldur's Gate came out, and Baldur's Gate was in real time, so they were forced to do real time and turn based.
So you did and there's not much to say about it, but saving the bank, he just joined. Doc Roberts joins you. He shoots. We both got our reward. You get a little bonus. Hero of Shrouded Hills. Everyone likes you, which I desperately needed. People stopped shitting on me on the street because I helped them.
Well, I thought you said you did the bank robbery.
I did both. That's the real G way, is you save the bank and then you low key rob it. And here's what I did, dude. So I joined Doc Roberts, do the whole thing. I actually got the magic sword and I equipped it, which was in hindsight a minor mistake because my guy is slightly tech. So I'm probably getting more. I got more crit fails, and it was a sword. And apparently backstab does not work with swords, only daggers, which I did not know until after this, playing through this part. But all told, it's a decent sword, and my guy is not heavy tech, so it worked out fine. The magic sword. You do that, and then you come back later and say, "Oh, you're such a hero." You pickpocket the bank teller lady, and you just walk in her behind her. She doesn't give a shit. You just walk in, take the gold, you give it to Jacob Biggs or Benz, and then that dipshit takes it, and he's like, oh, hey friend, don't put your money in this bank's town. Just friendly advice. He walks out into the outside of the inn just to hang out and gloat, I guess. It was nighttime, so I just tiptoed after him, and then I pickpocketed the money right back from him. So I got the full 500.
And he didn't even fucking notice. Oh yeah. That's a Bethesda tier quest line.
Yeah,
Right?
it really is. But he's not mad because he doesn't know I betrayed him, or
he didn't hear that you are the hero of Shrouded Hills. Thank God that reputation doesn't work on him.
Yeah, well, I don't think he minds that because you can save. In his opinion, you save the bank from being robbed by other people. So like, okay, now we can rob it, and then you steal from it, and then it's a perfect crime because he thinks, oh, I guess the money just fell out of my pocket. He never reports you for losing his 250. Anyway, that was kind of a fun end. I feel like I kind of milked everything I could from the bank. And then what else do you have in Shrouded Hills? I guess dipping in the meat of this portion of it. There's the whole Bessie-Toon mine part.
Yeah, the ghost mine, the silver mine.
Yeah, did you talk to Ritz's before going in there?
Riz Easy, as I call him. Well, so this is, we're going to talk about where does Shrouded Hills rank. At the end of this, we're going to do a tier list of all the starter pack, Good Springs, Sadie Shan's. What's the starter town in Fallout 2? I can't believe I forgot what the starter town in Fallout 2
was. I know what you mean, but I don't remember the name of it.
It's Reading? No, not Reading. It's a small town. Modoc?
That sounds right.
Modoc, because it's the jerky, right?
Mhm.
You find the twins stealing Brahmins to make jerky or something. Well, anyway, so the game starts off. You get plopped down in front of the old church, in front of the constable in the well, and next to the gnome. Hey Goy, I hear you have a ring. Um, right next door is Riz's imported goods, and this is where the game starts to branch, or you really get to reactivity. So you have the ring, and the ring is inscribed with, I think, P and Schulers, I think is how you pronounce it.
I thought it was Skylar. P.
Skylar.
Skylar and Sons.
The initials GB, P Skylar and Sons. The initials GB are set on the relief upon its face, and he will analyze it and tell you where it is. But of course, he has to be a merchant about it, and it says, "Well, you see, Riz can tell you for a price, so you can give him gold, or you can give him that camera that was in the crash site. So you can give him the broken camera, or you can give him the boots of the lady that haunts this local silver mine. She owned the silver mine, but she died, and her two kids. One kid is in the south town. I forget what the kingdom is called to the south.
Durnholm is the capital.
Yeah, in Durnholm, and the other son wants to just sell off the mine, if I recall correctly. And so you can you go through the wolves. It's filled with ailing wolves. So you just chainsaw through the wolves. You get her boots, and you just give Riz her stinky boots for his fetish.
Well, actually, before we get out of the mine, because the mine is a whole thing. Did you go into the chest there? What was the chest like for you?
I got armor, if I recall correctly.
Magic armor or normal armor?
Let me. Is it Menkis? Let's see. Oh, I did this. Yeah, I did. With let me go through Theodore. I did that one. I just did with Theodore. Hold on. I'm naming it after the Devo song. Working in a coal mine, going down there.
Well, I'm only asking because my guy, I went in and I recorded this part, so it'll be part of the YouTube loop. Anyone watching on YouTube, I opened it twice because, like, is this right? I only opened it. That chest is fucking empty. Like, literally nothing in it. I was like, wait, did I click on the right thing? I click on like a little barrel next to it, and there's just nothing for me.
Got cucked by the Tim name generator.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, base Tim.
What was your name? What's your character's name?
Maddox Burrows. Do not use this name. It's got the shittiest random drops so far.
Listen, that Maddox Burrows was the kid that he had a crush on during his gay awakening that did not return his advances.
So Tim, he's like, love you.
So that Matthew what's last name? Maddox, not Murdoch. Matthew Maddox. Oh,
Maddox.
We're not. This is not the comic Slot Fiend Corner, but yes. So we're named after his gay caddy ex-lover. So if you're playing Arcanum, do not use the double M's.
Yeah. Oh, dude. And I want to do a whole like little tutorial here while we're in the mines on a little Combat 101. Did you have much challenge? So Ritzes sent us into the mines, looking for the boot of Bessie Toon. You also could have given him the camera. I'm holding on to that. I've heard that comes in handy later. I've never used it, but
some industrialist, the guy who made their version of the Gatling gun, wants it.
I did cuck Ritz's too, by the way. Before I went in the mines, I picked his pocket. I went to his back room, and he has a little like receipt from P. Skylar and Sons.
Also, see another way you can learn information. Quest critical information. You can pickpocket as a stealth character. You can just pickpocket him and then find the information that way.
Yeah. He has a little journal too of some kind, and it tells you where Toronto. His journal tells you where Toronto is, and he has a receipt that tells you where P. Skylar and Sons in has the address. So I already knew all this, but I was like, I want to get a little experience, and I'd rather just do the quest. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do both. And this it'll come back later, the whole fact that I have his keys and all that, but.
Or, of course, as a mage, as the Gigachit Dark Elf, you could just wait till nighttime, kill him, and then cuck his spirit into telling you.
Oh, right. Is that your saved version, or was that just an alt history?
That's canonical. Fuck Rizzielli. He's canonical. I killed this merchant just because he wouldn't tell me my information.
it is a pretty dick move. Imagine someone comes into your storefront and is like, hey, you know where this comes from? It's like, you know what? Find me an obscure haunted relic where I'll tell you where the capital of where Washington D.C. is.
Yeah. He's trying to gyp the tourists. This is tourist prices, dude. Yeah, yeah, he's trying to gyp the tourists. It's like when you go to Good Springs, they all these like these sweaty gamer nerds. He's like, is this this is from my favorite game, Fallout New Vegas, and you sell them really shitty, over sweetened like a sarsaparilla. It's just soda, but you just call it sarsaparilla for the game nerds. You double the price and say it's like artisanal soda.
Yeah, comedy club pricing, kids. Sit down and shut up.
Your video games. I live in a trailer surrounded by coyotes. I don't care that's featured in your favorite video game.
Did you have any trouble with the alien wolves, by the way, and the spiders in the mines, or was it pretty straightforward for you?
Straightforward.
Yeah, it was more easy for me this time. I remember struggling when I was a kid with the spiders in particular, like the big spiders. There's not a lot. There's like one or two big spiders, and then there's alien wolves. I think there's one full-sized wolf. So it really is it's a pretty friendly grind zone, and you're going to get a little bit of loot. And I wanted to do my little combat 101 and chill this mod for you. I'm going to do it set up screen share.
Let me go back to studio. I'm actually playing. See, this is how professional I'm playing Arcanum while I'm talking about Arcanum.
Living the dream. There we go.
There we go.
Fancy. So this is, I'm flexing the mod of the Arcanum description mod or whatever it is. I'll link it and all this stuff, and we'll talk about the intro more. But just look at the amount of information I get. Look at the bottom there, Gabe, as I go through this. Look at how much information and context you're getting on all of these things. I'm going to use this as my shorthand as I explain what each of these does. Like, do you remember building a character and how little context you have?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like for example, I had to look up. What does DT mean? What does FR mean? What is all these abbreviations? The game doesn't tell you.
It doesn't tell you shit, and there's nothing when you hover over dodge. It's just like chance of not being hit or something. I forget what it says. It's not super informative. People that can't see, this mod adds in the little bottom description box, like basically what the wiki says. So rather than opening 12 wiki tabs to understand what character creation is, when you have this mod, it makes it removes a lot of that opacity, which is why I think this is worth getting. But I just want to talk about the core combat skills, just so people know what the fuck they're doing when they play this game. And you played through it a few times and intuited a lot of this stuff, but just in summary, you have the three major categories of skills, technology, and magic, and you have your core stats. So setting core stats aside, generally having decent dexterity will help with your hitting. Having strength will give you a damage bonus. Having constitution will give you more health. That's like, if you want to survive in combat, have decent stats there.
Dex is the dumb stat. You have no reason not to put at least 2 points into Dex.
Wait, it's the opposite of a dump stat. It's the flex stat. It's the
flex
buff
stat.
It's the dump stat. If anything, is beauty, which is what I was trying to demonstrate with my build. A little bit, I kind of got my comeuppance. I'll be honest with how much everyone hates my little guy, but I'm doing okay.
Little freak.
Yeah, my ugly little freak. Beauty and perception seem to be more dumpy stats in this game. Yeah, strength, con, dex. Dex in particular is. I mean, it's a whole thing in D&D. Dex is like the god stat. That's what they call it. And this is basically D&D derived, so it applies here. But I want to do, we'll kind of do a series of maybe some deep dives into some of these little subsystems. But the 4 combat skills, as are defined: bow, dodge, melee, and throwing. And last time I was saying, if you want to play this game, the one thing you did was get melee up a little bit. And like put 1 or 2 points in melee and dex, I guess. The approved build. So what does bow do? Every 1 point you put in, remember the skill points are 1 out of 20. Every 1 point gives you an additional 5% to hit chance. And then with all these skills also, you can get a training with characters in the game. And with bow and melee, your first training increases your speed by 5. That's a whole other thing, is weapon speed in this game, where there's a chart. Have you seen the chart, Gabe, of like the weapon speed to action point
No,
thing.
I don't believe I have.
So this is another really fucking opaque thing. Every like 4 points, roughly 3 to 4 points of weapon speed, starting at 1, equals like 1 less action point used. So I forget what it. Hold on, I'm just gonna pull it up.
Yeah, and while you're pulling up, I like to just weave about the intro a little bit more, if you don't mind.
Yeah, fire away.
Yeah, so I like the fact that we're doing like dueling playthroughs because, like, for example, the fact that as a thief, I never played a thief in Arcanum, so it's a really good thing that it shows how many you have reactivity from the jump. The game rewards you with your build diversity by your choices. You're an evil dick necromancer, just kill the merchant, conjure Rizzetti, conjure Mr. Riz, tell him where P. Schuler is and where the fuck the capital, the main city of the world is. Tell
Yeah.
me where New York is, motherfucker.
I can't follow roads, dude. I don't got time for that.
So you tell him where it is. You kill him. You do the quest. You do the high time preference behavior. Give him your valuable camera. Or you do the clutch move. You just deal with the fucking dogs in the inn. You just go grab fucking drunken mug in the inn
Yeah.
and just have him beat the shit out of the wolves for you.
Yeah, it's so flexible. That's why I always return to this game. And I have the chart up now. Weapon speed. So in short, weapon speed of 1 through 4 equals 6 APUs, action points used, 5 to 9, 5, 10 to 14, 4 action point used per attack, 15 to 19 weapon speed equals 3, and then 20 to 24 equals 2, and then you're never going to really see beyond that. But just to give you a sense of scale, so a +5 to your apprentice training, which again requires you to have at least 1 point put into this, gives you a +5 weapon speed. So that's removing 1 action point. So that could easily, depending on what your number of action points you have, which is based on dexterity, that could give you an additional attack per round. So that could be huge. So one of the most unbalanced things in this game actually is the trainings and how potent the apprentice training is for some of these, which is wild. +5 weapon speed is huge. So that's one of the big reasons why you want to put at least some points into your weapon of choice. So back to the things. Bow, +5% to hit chance, and then you get that great apprentice training, which will increase your weapon speed by 5, which means you have 1 less action point used per turn. So you're gonna go quite a bit faster. You're gonna get like additional attack out almost every round. Melee is the same, +5% per attack. Throwing is similar, 7% +7% to hit chance, and then also the throwing speed is faster. Dodge is a little different, and this is one I thought was interesting, Gabe. For every 1 point out of 20 placed into dodge, it raises your dodge chance by 1.5%, which, in addition to being a smaller percentage, this only activates when an enemy successfully rolls an attack. So not every attack that rolls against you is only successful attacks. It will roll a 1.5% chance for every point you put into it. So it's actually less potent than I thought it was.
It's literally once in a blue moon kind of roll.
Yeah, it'll work out. I think it's worth putting points into dodge if you're a melee guy. Otherwise, it's probably not. But I would definitely favor either melee or bow, or if you're using firearms or whatever. It's much more significant. And
Well, how about throwing? Would you recommend throwing? Because you do find us 2 grenades. You find a stun grenade and I think a regular grenade in the cave in the north of the crash site.
I think so. What I've heard, and I've played with a throwing build again, like up to Shrouded Hills, and I stopped in one of my experimental ones. Throwing is pretty solid. I think there's pretty limited amount of weapons to use, but there is also grenades, which are pretty great. I might put a point into throwing with this character, probably just one or two, just because my guy has a little explosives. And it's if using explosive, it serves as a way to sort of break up mobs. So no, I think throwing is solid. The only other one I want to include, actually, I'll throw in here is backstab. because I had no idea what the hell backstab was. Backstab deals for every 1 of 20 points put into it, you deal an additional 1 damage when using daggers from behind the enemy. If the enemy is unaware, meaning you're prowling, it will deal a times 5 multiplier. And then when you get training, it bypasses the armor class defense. So I guess one takeaway I got from this is armor class is a lot more powerful than I thought it was, because dodge is not as powerful as I thought it was. Dodge, you only get 1.5% additional like dodge chance per successful enemy attack, whereas every attack at you is against your AC, your armor class. So getting that up is probably more of a priority.
It's better to just tank it in that case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Just
100%.
Buff up your health stats, bump up. It's just better to tank it rather than rely on your 1.5 chance of dodging.
Yeah, it's definitely it's you're like preparing for the rainy day as opposed to just everything. So it's like you may as well just. And armor class is based more on your armor and your dex as well. Your dex, I believe, gives you if I can just scroll over. Yeah, armor class adjustment +1 for every point in dexterity. So that's probably the smarter way to go. So reviewing these stats a little bit more, I guess the smarter build, if you're going to do combat, not just pure mage or something, is probably dex heavy. I would really lean in heavy early on into melee or bow or firearms or throwing, whatever those, that's a really easy way to make a competent character. And backstab is good. The only thing about backstab is your chance of not being observed is actually pretty low. From what I've seen, actually prowling has not paid off very much unless someone's already sleeping. So, but it's still, 1 damage in addition for every point you have in it. So if you have, 8 points into it, like two leveling points placed into it, that's +8 damage for every attack when you're behind someone, just generically, which is pretty powerful.
You just have to be proud maxing.
Yeah, be proud maxing.
And spot trap is just fucking useless.
I've in a later one, I'll do more thieving shit, and I'll talk about spot trap. I'm actually thinking about investing in some of it just for like role play reasons. I'm trying to make like a thief guy, so I want to play him as a thief.
There's a way you can increase spot trap. It's called quick saving.
Yeah, just keep running and exploding, and then reload. And there's scrolls too that do it. That's the one thing that annoys me in this game. There is some of these skills get pretty cucked by like one magic spell, one cool trick. And it's like, oh wow, really? You invest like 5 points into that?
Magic Shad domination yet again.
Yeah. One point. What did Cain call it? The 1 point tragedy.
1 point fiasco.
The 1 point fiasco. That's my quick tutorial I just want to give for people about why combat skills are like the utmost of importance, because that +5% to hit chance per point. Again, you get 4 of these points. So that's +20% to hit chance by just putting 1 point into these. You really need to, like, at game start, focus on that. Yeah, I don't know if you have any other thoughts on I guess like combat 101, Gabe.
Well, especially with you're going to do a lot of combat for the first. Yeah, basically till Shrouded Hills, because yet again, your social skills. Well, I mean, the first thing you really get to use your like speech checks is with the bandits at the bridge. That's when you really get to use your speech check. For the most part, you are going to be brawling either in the mines with the bank robbers, with the innkeeper if you're an unlovable incel freak. So I do agree. You're gonna want to dump into. You have no really reason other than unless you're like metagaming. Like, okay, I need to get mug. I need to get drunken mug over at the inn. So let me put a stat into charisma because I want to convince him to be a companion. But if you're not metagaming, and if you're not like preemptively like preparing, then yeah, you might as well just dump it into actual skills you're going to be using, which is the brawling skills, not dodge, right? I think it's pretty clear that dodge is just ass.
Yeah, it's decent, but not a priority at all, which I used to think it was. So again, another reason why I love this mod, because it gives that clarity. It's like, oh wow, why the fuck would I put like my first point into this? I'll do that.
Actually, are you falling for Todd's law? Because this simplifies the stats and spoon feeds you information. in this hardcore RPG.
No,
You want
because
to be spoon fed?
I still have the options. This isn't like a constellation menu that pulls me up and it's like, oh, pick path A or path B. I still have. Look at this plethora of options I have on this character builder. And I'm taking obscure shit too, but yeah, definitely a big lesson learned there for me. And as a youngin, I definitely fucked this up. I think you're right. It kind of goes back to last time I was talking about. I feel like Shrouded Hills is a great starter zone, or like a perfect starter zone, because you do have a SOG there as if you go persuasion or whatever. Whereas the crash site is it's just combat, so you got to build yourself up to survive those a horde of ailing wolves, which is easy for us because we know how to play it and we're adults now. But when you're a kid and you're just getting into it, you never get that spoon feeding.
Yeah, your cheeks start to swell up as tears start to you start to cry.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, that's my quick tutorial. I just
or
wanted.
or
Yeah.
as a kid, you forget to save often, so you're finally I get to go to Toronto, and you get a bad roll, and a black bear spawns and rapes you.
Oh my! That happened to me this. Yeah, that's happened to me this time too. Actually, the wilderness spawns. I think after the Shrouded Hills, maybe we'll just an episode just talking about travel and our first our first arrival in the next destination. But it's fucking wild because it's like you basically get the black bear is the equivalent of the what is it, the Centaurian mutants or whatever it was in Fallout, where it's just like the Hydra or
The
whatever.
centaurs, yeah.
Yeah, the Centaur. Thank you. I knew some kind of Greek thing. Yeah, just get ripped apart by a black bear at level 3. But yeah, you do the mines, pretty straightforward. I mean, yeah, my guy he just wrecked house this time, very straightforward. And then you get back out to Ritz's. And I'm sorry, this whole long tangent was you talking about getting back to Ritz's.
Like getting back to what?
Ritz's, the merchant,
Oh God, yeah, yes. Yeah, so you can either give him the boots, and like I said, the reason why it's such a good starter pack opening, it's like I'd say almost better than Good Springs. I'd say actually, because Good Springs it rewards you in terms of gear. Oh, if you have an energy build, you can repair the laser pistol. If you have a science build, you can use the chemistry set. But in terms of actual narrative, there is some reactivity. But overall, it's not like for example, you don't like with Ritz, you can kill him and just get the fuck out of Dodge and go to Toronto that way as evil. You can't skip from Good Springs like you can in Shrouded Hills.
Does Good Springs have a barrier to leaving? It's been a while since I played.
No, you can just straight up as soon as you leave Doc Mitchell's, you can leave.
Just walk out. Yeah.
Yeah, and go get mauled by either Cazadors or Deathclaws. But
Yeah.
what Shrouded Hills does give you a barrier to leave, which I think actually, because you can't go to Toronto until you can't go anywhere until you don't unlock the fast travel map properly until you kill the thieves or deal with the thieves in some way at the bridge.
Yeah, which I think is one of the reasons why it's so good actually, because it forces you to stay put. I think I'm on board with Shrouded Hills being a top tier starter zone for that. You get the optionality of your build, but yeah, it forces you to. It's a game in miniature, right? Like it's like, okay, are you going to charisma your ass off, get an extra follower, do all the quests, or do you build a strong enough build? You really can just power through it at level 2. If you build a fully combat optimized build, just you and maybe Virgil. I don't know if you probably could solo it. I'm sure you could. I've never done it, but I have done just me and Virgil, where you just, get at level 2, you just bum rush them and you can do it just fine. Or you can even side with the bad guys and, what is it? Demolish the building materials for the second bridge.
Actually, here's the thing. You're right. That's why they made it a demo level, if I recall it correctly. When it was packaged with the magazine. This really is the entire game in micro. It's the platonic ideal of a demo level, because a demo is supposed to give you what the game is. It gives you the game mechanically. You can have a great run being a thief. There's plenty of reactivity to your race, a mage, a brawler, an ogre, and so forth and so forth. and all the way to the bridge. So you can you play a large chunk of what the game is about. The quest line involving the engine, right? You get even the storyline, which the tension between magic and technology. You get everything that Arcanum was about in one little microdose, which is Shrouded Hills. It's extremely focused. This is a platonic ideal of a demo or a tutorial level in many ways.
Would you say it's a vertical slice,
Oh,
as Tim Cain would say?
this is the best vertical slice, and he's gotten worse at vertical slices since. Actually,
Well, I say that I haven't played. What's the newest one?
Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds. I have not touched it. I just saw the Reddit Rick and Morty coding, and I was like, I love you, Tim. It's a shame they wouldn't just let you make gems. There's no money in it, I guess.
Coal's where it's at.
Yeah, we need more coal miners.
Well, it's the Outer Worlds. I think it's opposite. It gets better. It goes from dog shit to middling. Like it drags your balls for the first 2 hours. Its equivalent to tutorial level is horrible. It's one of the worst tutorial levels ever.
If the series keeps going on, eventually we'll have to play it. Which I'm sure it's decent. I'm sure it's not a miserable slog, but
will Outer Worlds 2 be our version of Slop Kings? Will we be doing a live playthrough of Outer Worlds 2?
I'm not going to say never. Never say never, because you might surprise yourself. I have more thoughts on the ideal starter zone, because so directionally you can go anywhere, which is another cool thing. Again, like embodying the idea of go anywhere, do anything. The characters too, you get like a variety of characters. They all have aligned interests, which is another Cainian idea of who do you have here? You have the Slim Pickens, little gnome merchant who kind of doesn't really do anything. He just doesn't give a shit. You have Lloyd Gerlos, we haven't mentioned yet, the blacksmith, who's kind of this hard up guy. Dude, I robbed the shit out of this guy this time, by the way. He just wants ore. And then you have the sheriff, like the cowardly sheriff. There's a lot of personalities. Like Lloyd is very well written too. Again, very few lines of developed dialogue, but he's very like no nonsense guy. Ritz's, we haven't mentioned, is very like he's very highfalutin. He's very and one of the paths you can take, I didn't do it this time, is you can persuade him and ham it up to him, and he'll talk about, Ritz's, you must be well known amongst the cities and the greats of Tarant, because he has his illusions of grandeur. And if you play into it, he'll tell you all about, I was famed among, Tarant. And you say, Ritz's, tell me of the Skylers. Sure, you knew them. He's like, yes, I knew them of Devonshire Way, of 434 Devonshire Way. And he'll spill the beans that way. There's like a lot of personalities that in a very small space, because there's only like, I think 7 buildings or something in this little town.
And the town, the design of the town it's a very pretty town, Shrouded Hills. And yes, it does suffer from being a bit on the brown side. It is a bit on the brown side in terms of coloring. But at nighttime, you actually get to see the electric lights, by the way, and the lamp sprites are just very cute. I love when you move your cursor to the lamp actually just gets brighter.
So, do you think the game is ugly? Let's be on front. And we have to revisit this later, because the visuals change a bit. But I've heard other people comment on it being butt ugly or too brown. I think there's something there. I think it's overplayed though. I think it has a charm.
The art style carries it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The art style carries it a lot. I also think it's the UI, because of the shade of wood. Because if you go back to your character thing where you're just showing me, like the side wooden panels, I know that's from the mod because of the widescreen thing. But if they chose a different shade, because the ground is very brown, the UI is a brown wood. It's a lot of brown maxing, to say the least.
It might just be I'm a millennial and I grew up playing Call of Duty and that that era of video games where I'm just numb to brownness.
You
My Castillo futurism.
You live in H1B city. You're just used to.
Yeah, I just think it's the way of the future, man. I don't know. It's simple, and there's a lot of there's a lack of complexity in the visuals. Like the same sprites for the same people wearing the same clothing everywhere. You could use a few more heads. You could use a few more, minor variations of the shirt with like different collars or something just for variety. Yeah, the art style is very good, but yeah, and it kind of goes with the music, that melancholy music. I don't know. I don't find the visuals. I find them broadly appealing, but there's definitely an element of jank, especially with some of the sprites, like some of the pigs, like the coloring is like really bright, and a few other random things. It's like very jarring in comparison.
Last time we gave a lot of points to Morrowind. I gotta say, I got Neil the Todd again. I think this could have used some Oblivion Bloom actually.
Yeah, with some of the trees.
The trees and the
Hmm.
grass make it much more lush and vibrant. Because especially because you're gonna be stopped by wolves 5 times to get to Toronto, and it's all the same style of grass again and again and
Hmm.
again.
Yeah, I could use some variety. Um, okay, anything else? So next time we're gonna do the battle with the thieves. We're gonna do all that excitement. Anything else in terms of like early quests? I think we'll also do the Jungle Done quest there, and some of my other thieving antics.
But did you do anything with the engine in Shrouded Hills or no?
Oh, that was the Jungle Done thing. You know what? Let's just do it now. May as well. Yeah, I killed that retard.
Based.
Did you?
So did I. Yeah, yeah. Well, we build the bomb. He's the tech build that's pro technology. So yeah, I blew up the steam engine
Hmm.
just for
Yeah,
just for the Uncle Ted meme.
yeah. Specifically, so Jungle Done. You walk into his shop. He's the local. What is he? He's an alchemist, but I guess he's just a little wizard merchant. I think he's a gnome, right? Or is he a halfling?
I can't recall. Hold on, let me go.
I don't know how much.
Jungle.
Dune. He's in the on the south side
He's a
of
wizard.
town.
Oh wait, you killed the wizard? I thought you killed the guy in the
No, no,
engine.
I killed the dwarf. No, I sided with the wizard for the money.
Let's
But then
go.
and then you can get the cogs to sell back to repair it. I got those, but I'm saving it until I do Jungle Dun's quest because he has another pickup quest for after you leave town. So I'll probably do that and then wrap it up.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, yeah. You can sell back the cogs. I remember that. Or you can use the cogs to rebuild it. Right? Am I misremembering?
Yeah, exactly. You sell it to him, but then it ruins Jungle Dune's quest if you do it.
Yeah, yeah, you can basically there's a fail safe where you can take it back. You can take back all the shit you did,
Yeah, exactly.
but you can no longer work with Jungle Done.
Yeah.
I,
Um.
I got
Mhm.
I gotta admit, I do agree with it's the very flexible and forgiving. I go one negative is, for example, with the gnome you can give your ring to either at the beginning of the quest where he can ask, "Hey, I'm the brother of one of the guys," and
Mhm.
you can give him the ring. And then at the bridge, at the end of the bridge, he tries to kill you or shank you, or you can give him the ring at the bridge and he still tries to kill you. I don't know. I think it would have been funny to keep that to retain that payoff until Toronto. Like Virgil calls you a retard. Why did you give him his? Because the voice acting for Virgil's really good.
But it is. He's so good. I'm sad I'm probably going to drop him at some point because he's one of the main things with the side characters in the game is that most don't even have voice acting. But yeah, he does very well.
Virgil might have the most voice lines of any character in this game.
I think so. Yeah, because he's kind of expected to be with you most of the time. He's the default ally. Yeah, I like his voice. I don't know who his actor is, but yeah, he does a very good job. And he's kind of an idiot, right? Because he doesn't know he's like of a religion. He doesn't understand it, but he plays it well as this
Well,
well-meaning.
he's the ortho bro who got like radicalized by Orthodox chanting remixes on YouTube.
Yeah, he's he's a 7 int ortho bro. Sorry, Virgil. So I wanted to say it.
He really is. But Virgil's a great. He's a very good character. He's a complex character.
Mhm.
For narrative, yeah, for gameplay reasons, you can easily drop him. But for narrative reasons, it's good to have him all the way to the end.
Yeah, I'm second guessing how I can do that. The only bad thing about Virgil is he has heal, which sounds good, but again, this is a Tim Cain Fallout type game. You have no control over your followers. So if someone has a spell that they their AI tells them they need to spam whenever someone's injured, even if they have like 85 tech, and so they resist every heal attempt. If I have him, I'm pretty positive he's going to, and I have any tech allies, he's just going to spam all his fatigue and just pass out and just like gassed on the floor while we fight.
Oh my god, it's the reverse Ian problem where there's friendly fire in Fallout 1, so Ian with his submachine gun just kills you in the scorpion cave.
Yeah, that's why he just sprays himself for his fatigue. He just blows his load out. He's just like, all right, guys, it's all up to you now. I
Oh,
I
sorry.
attempted to heal.
You did nothing. You knocked yourself out. Thanks, Virgil.
Yeah. Oh, I have a whole thing on healing too. Have you ever used the heal skill in this game?
The skill?
Yeah, the heal skill. Do you even know what that is? Do you know what it does? I didn't either. I'm not trying to like put you on the spot or shame you.
I'm sorry. I dump my I just dump into the heal spell. Yeah, minor healing and major healing. Are you talking about that?
No, there is a whole band. You know the bandages. There is an
Oh,
entire subsystem that nobody ever fucking touches. I'm gonna experiment with it this game, but nobody ever messes with it. It's if you use bandages, I'll go into more detail
is
when
it
I
is
get a
it, wait,
healer.
you can craft bandages?
I don't know if you can craft them, but you can buy them pretty cheap, and every bandage has 10 uses, and they heal you like 20 health or something. But it's an animation.
Oh, great. What the tech build needs is more
Yeah,
animations.
if only we had more animations and more inventory juggling. Come on, guys, give us something to work with here. Give us something to do.
Well, while
Um,
the mage yet again quick tabs from his harm and heal spell.
but bandages are neutral. They're actually tech neutral, so you can use it on anyone. And Virgil puts points into another reason. Another reason to turn off auto leveling. A lot of support characters put points into healing. It doesn't affect spells. It doesn't affect technology like created healing packs or whatever. It's only used for bandages. Um, I need to read up a little more to understand like the exact details, but the long and short of it is, if they put points in the heal skill, they can use bandages more effectively. And bandages, you've probably never had a character use them on you. If you played this game all the way through like 5 times, even you probably haven't
Yeah,
touched it. I didn't either.
it's the healing powders from New Vegas.
I
But
never used the healing powders.
exactly.
Okay, there's your esoterica for the day. Okay, yeah, let's save. Yeah, I do want to save the second half of Shroud Hills for its own thing. Yeah, so at this point we've gone through it. We know where we got to go. So Rich just tells us Tarrant. That's where P. Skylar and Sons is. Both of our guys are a little. My guy a little skeevy. Yours was he was pretty straight up, right? Like you just said, I'll get the boot for you, and you came back and got it.
Yeah, with Build a Bomb, I just got his foot fetish gear from his mommy ghost. Right? And of course with my wizard, I just tortured his soul for all of eternity.
So
It's
that's the canon ending for the wizard.
yeah,
You
you
didn't get
tortured him.
arrested
Oh
or
no,
killed?
you just go you jump out the window. You just prowl at nighttime. You kill him at night.
Murder him at nighttime.
Yeah.
Okay, smart.
Yeah, you just go north, and then you spam harm at the orcs and the thief, and then you just cross the bridge.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you snuck out. Oh, you never dealt with the town guards at all.
Yeah, no, you just go north. You go. It's an isometric RPG, so you can just see outside the house to see where the guards are. When one guard walks by the door southward, and you just go north.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that the guards really do hang out just like around the bank, basically. So if you can
Yeah,
avoid that circle, you're pretty golden.
the bank and the watering well.
I guess you can't come back though, can you?
I don't think that they have that much memory. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you don't know. Killing an NPC doesn't permanently aggro the town because I don't recall it doing that.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think I've had weird turnouts with that. I guess we'll see. Element of mystery. Oh, before and wrapping up the Bessie Toon stuff. Did you talk to the son before you went in or after you went into the mine?
The son, oh yes, you have to in order to find out where the daughter is.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you did, and the son, he basically just tells you, I sold the mine technically to a holding company somewhere. He won't tell you the details. And when you ask about the ghost, she's saying, she's just saying, was it Sarah, my dear Sarah, her daughter?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, oh, yeah, she lives in Durnholm, the capital of Cumbria. I'm pretty sure is the name of that southern kingdom.
Yeah, that fucking bitch. He
Yeah,
hates his sister.
dude, he's very incel coded, right?
He isn't so coded because she's the trad one. She wants to keep the mine, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He's like, oh, I just want money for my gambling and my half ogre bodyguard, so we can hang out together.
And as I can finally afford a half and half a half elf harlot over in the brothels in Toronto.
Oh yeah, yeah. What are you gonna do with all that money in that small town anyway? Like, you may as well
Just go to
live on.
Toronto and just spend
Yeah,
it on half elf waifus.
that's gonna be a whole episode, honestly. Madame Lils, when we get there, we're going to talk about our favorite, the sheep, obviously.
A little sheepish maiden.
All right. Any other final calls on this first portion?
Well, I'm surprised we're making this a two-parter. Actually, I'm not necessarily surprised we're making Shrouded Hills a two-parter because there's a, like I said, like you said, actually, Shrouded Hills is basically the game in micro. Everything that encompasses the game, all
Mhm.
playstyles, thief, mage, tech, is featured within Shrouded Hills. There's so much reactivity. For example, you could just straight up get kicked out, like you did. The thing is, there's degrees. It's like, oh, there's like when most modern RPGs, there's like, hey, we have choice and consequence. You could choose option A or option B, and that's it, right? Well,
Mhm.
here you get degrees. If you're a gnome or a dwarf, you have to pay higher prices for the inn, right? Or for inns. Or if you're a lovable halfling incel freak, you're not even allowed to be in the inn.
Yeah, they won't serve you. Or I think actually after I loaded save, I talked him down, and he'll host you, but he comments how you're flea bitten and shit. And he's like, I'm just
Mm-hmm.
gonna charge you double for
Yeah,
no reason.
yeah, exactly. There's actually levels and degrees to do reactivity. They don't slop option A or option B, right? Or if you dumped enough points into speech, you can get option C, which is the objectively better one,
Yeah.
which is the most like build a bear like RPGs like slop possible in terms of level design.
Yeah, and
Well,
there's a lot of, even if you don't interact with certain things, there's just loose hanging threads you can pick up, like with the pickpocketing and the murder thing.
mm-hmm.
If we hadn't, even if you hadn't put the points into necromancy, you could have just killed him, robbed his chest, and gotten the map, which maybe is a little convenient plot wise, but it leaves it so there's a dozen ways you could have ended up there, right? It could have been an accident that you killed him. It could have been any number of ways, but it just leaves these threads you can pick up on without
Right.
worrying.
Yeah, like what makes Riz different from, let's say, Moriarty from Fallout 3? We're just touring the Todd's greatest right now. With Moriarty, you can do the quest for him to pimp out to his to get the pimp money from his old whore, or you can. I don't know if he has a note in his pickpocket, but you can go to his terminal and find out where your dad is, or find the lead that way. Right, so that's the basic one. That's the most basic Bethesda tier standard, like choice and optionality in RPG. If you need something from a quest giver and they won't give it to you, you can go to their terminal. Same thing with New Vegas with Vargas, right? With Manny Vargas, he's a bear homosexual, right? Because you can use the confirmed bachelor on him because he's only staying in Novak because he still wants to fuck Boone.
Mm-hmm.
So you could flirt with him. You can queer bait him, as the Zoomers say, into giving you the information about the great cons, or you can break into his motel and find out via his terminal. And here's the same way. You can do the basic Bethesda thing, which is just go into his steal his key and go into his locker room and pickpocket from his nightstand, or you can. What makes it the extra step is the magical kill him and then resurrect his ghost and then find out that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's such an excellent extra step. It's a really really because with Skyrim, for example, you can, if you conjure the dead or if you try to play a necromancer, which is one of the few fun ways to play a magic build in Skyrim. But that's what I was saying earlier, is that magic is really varied in Arcanum. There's a lot of fun things you can do. It's not just a regular +10 to fire damage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, is an art necromancer in Skyrim just summon undead creatures?
Basically,
Yeah.
basically is you can have an army of Draugr. for all intents and purposes. Well, here there's actually a narrative component. You can resurrect someone and then actually talk to them and basically cuck them into telling you what you need for the next step of the quest chain.
Mm-hmm.
Which is such a fun way to actually, it's what the hipsters call ludonarrative harmony, right? The narrative and the gameplay act as unison, right? Because in theory, in world building practice, a necromage should kill any NPC and then torture their ghosts into telling them what they need. But in most gameplay, that doesn't happen. They're just meat shields, basically.
Oh yeah, and there's other spells like that too. You have there's a charm spell. There's like a dominate mind spell. There's a lot of these other ones that are more. They're not as like you said. It's not like the +5 fire damage, or actually it's +5 frost damage. Like you can have a fire or a frost build. It's like, well, it's effectively the same with a different shader. They're different color on the graphic effect. It's different layers or options of ways to interact that are completely unique, right? And they're all, you can stack them together, which I think is why the game is so interesting, because you can have a single build that is both necromancer and mind dominating, right? And that's a completely different experience from someone that doesn't go to magic at all, and instead you're just going into, I'm just going to buff myself up to insane persuasion through drugs. I'm just gonna meth myself into being Hitler 2.0 ultimate charm maxer.
I'll just let my half-orc slaves carry my bullets for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, or my half ogre bodyguard.
Yeah, for my gnomish fellow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess like we were hinting at this. I think we should just end it, not necessarily with a critique, but we've been hinting throughout our discussion is how lopsided the gameplay variety is, because Magic just objectively more fun.
Is it? I'm not convinced.
Your experience is far more. There's more variety in a mage build, like you said.
Is there? Okay, here's the thing. All right, and I kind of want to play through the game more before I say more definitive things, so it's more fresh. And there's a whole video from Tim, my friend Tim, about the
Good
magic
friend of
versus
show.
yeah,
Tim is a top tugger.
magic versus tech, and tech being more equipment oriented, and magic being more stat oriented. Whereas like stats open up your paths versus equipment open up your paths. Early on, tech certainly sucks because you have to build every piece of equipment and then use it. And there's a whole thing where, like, as a tech user, you have to raise your int, which is basically a shitty stat, except for the fact it opens up gateways, right? It's like you have to hit a threshold of 9 or 12 or whatever just to make higher tier items. And a lot of the earlier tech items are kind of shitty in comparison to early magic items. So like a level 1 or 2 magic items are what, like harm, mind, charm that I just mentioned. That's another one. Agility of fire, which I actually got, by the way. That's one of my few magic points I'll put into. There's a bunch of like very flexible, great ones. A lot of the early tech is like, there's a heal one, which is good. And then it's like, what is it, like flintlock pistol? It's like, oh great, I can make a shitty pistol. Great point spend there, which you just have to suck it up to make the good guns later. And there is some buffs and such. But no, actually, now I think about it, I think you're right. Yeah, okay, I'm talking myself in a circle. Because you can't, I don't think you can mind control. There's not like a social interactions as much. You buff yourself up and you can make a little robot arachnid, but there's not that inter-character interactivity. So yeah, no, I think I do agree. The tech, it doesn't have, mechanically, it does achieve a lot of the same things in combat later. You have to suffer early on for no reason. You have to suffer mechanically in terms of juggling equipment, but it doesn't have the flexibility and character engagement. Yeah.
You know what really helped it for character engagement? If you could find like a broken arachnid inside Shrouded Hills, and you could repair it, right? Using your tech, and even you can find a description on the dead robot, like, oh, this was manufactured in Toronto. So you can, so the magic build can find a way around via killing Riz, and the tech build can find a way via finding the robot, repairing the robot, or something like that. And then,
Yeah.
of course, it's a companion that's only good to fight off the wolves during fast travel. You can have it break during Toronto or whatever, but it's something to make the tech build have a unique narrative moment as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Or more, later on, we'll start coming across these discoverable schematics. Like having some of those early on would probably help too. Like more flexibility as a level one. Oh, I put some guns into firearms, or I put some guns into therapeutics, like just to make more random shit that has effects. Like I need a, I need a Rufinol to drop. I can, roofie some characters so they instantly love me, or something.
Get some pheromones, get some elf glands, dark
Yeah,
elf glands.
exactly. Somebody like torture people, right? You gotta torture people with some like nipple electrodes on your nipples or something, with a little top hat that has like little nipple electrodes. There's gotta be something you play there that add that character interactivity, because I think that's the biggest gap. In terms of raw combat, I think it does eventually catch up, but you gotta suffer for it. But second, it's like the mages they've been like laughing their ass off at this for the whole game, and now you're catching up.
Yeah, well, what Tim says about he's anti-balancing, but even he says that harm is a mistake.
Yeah, I think it's the stats are 1 to 40 damage based on your magic inclination. So the more magic you are, the more damage it will do. I don't know the exact way that works out, but yeah, up to 40 damage spell is pretty wild at the start. And there's like different backgrounds you can pick to make you more magic-y. So if you're like going all in magic and you pick harm, you're going to be doing, I would guess, like 20 plus damage with harm per hit. And then, early on in comparison, my little thief guy is doing, 2 to 6 dagger damage with a backstab bonus. So let's just say, like 5 damage per stab, maybe hitting once or twice. So like 10 damage maybe per round.
But
So
here's the
you're
thing,
easily getting like double or triple
yeah,
the damage.
yeah, one perk point this is the first spell in the spell tree is harm, and with you have to put points into two trees. You have to put it into prowling and backstab.
Yeah. And melee, just a hit. With prowling, you won't even hit. Oh, but that's the whole other thing. I blew my fucking head off stabbing a spider or something because I got a crit success on a backstab prowling against myself, and I just instantly my head fell off.
Well, you stabbed yourself by
Yeah,
accident.
because my melee wasn't that good. I only had like 1 point in melee at the time, I think. But I got the backstab bonus, I think, against myself.
Oh my god, you might as well be playing a retard.
Oh, and that's it. And the fail crits are wild at the start of this game. Like, did you have the experiences? Maybe you're not doing melee, so you didn't experience this much, but it's like it's worse than Morrowind to keep going back to that well. Like you're just constantly whiffing and then just like dropping your weapon. And it's insane at the game start.
And the camera sucks, and you're in a cave, and you can't find your weapon again.
Yeah, yeah. I legitimately lost. I think I lost a dagger that way. I was like, okay.
I think Virgil lost his staff. I think permanently. He's just stuck with a spare dagger. I think.
Yeah, it's wild.
Mage master race yet again. You had to spend 3 perks into 3 different trees just to stab yourself critically.
Yeah. Do you want to just do the end of Shrouded Hills? Because, we were talking about saving some stuff, but we ended up going through some of the stuff I was saving. I covered the bank robbery already. I think the only thing we haven't covered is the thief, the meeting the thieves, basically.
Your kind.
Yeah, my boys, the thieves at the bridge, which you go over.
Yeah, the thieves at the bridge.
Yeah, those guys. Let's just cover it because we're this far in. I don't want to just have a.
Yeah, I'm tugging so hard for Toronto. I want to get to Toronto.
Yeah, similarly, I'm itching for the next phase. Meet the thieves. They say we're charging, is it 500 gold, 1,000 gold, something crazy. And I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that. I did not have the charisma to riz them. Did you do any rizzing?
Yeah, with of course my mage build, I just nuked him again, harm spill yet again.
Yeah, that's right. You snuck out the window. Yeah. And how did it go?
to actually here. We're doing it live. This is live research. I'm reloading to see exactly what they say. Actually,
Okay.
wait? Can I? I wonder.
You
I
can
can alt
screen
tab.
share, but
Okay, share screen, Windows entire screen. Let's see, entire screen. So you see this, right?
I see it. Yeah,
So if I go to, let's see,
I see.
you see this?
Mm-hmm.
You see my pimped out little dark elf right here?
Yeah, way swaggier robes than mine.
Okay, so I have a charisma of 9. So this is, and what's interesting about, if I remember the charisma correctly, the speech is not an auto win button. If you say something about Toronto or say something about the gang that he
Mm.
knows about, he's like, "Oh, you're lying to me. I know you're making shit up."
Yeah, yeah. You have to be clever. You got to play it cool with these guys.
Yeah. Who? Who am I? I am Lucan. Lucan the Witless. Where I roam, the masses quibble in perturbativeness and trepidation. You dare pretend not to recognize me?
Another point of flavor for the small town. Lucan is just fucking funny.
Yeah,
This
he
is
trips over.
exaggerated.
I can imagine he just trips over words like I do, but he the only difference he doesn't have cap in his ear. Constant
Badgering him for every mispronounced thing.
So so charisma isn't a dump stat, or it isn't just an auto win button. Like, as Chris Avalon talks about that all the time, how he hates speech. That's why Ulysses is actually kind of hard, or at least harder than regular New Vegas fare. Is you can't just click speech 100 and like just autocorrect to victory.
Mm-hmm.
No, please forgive this. Oh, Lucan, you are forgiven, my complicated friend. Don't you mean? Oh, here's my. I'm Cap right now. Gabe, don't you mean comply? Do you question the validation of my verbosity? This is half. This is half of the damn
Of a sidebar. Yeah, exactly. Actually,
Never about crossing. Yeah, you see, my friends and I have found it adventurous to require. Yeah, the writing just has so much soul. There's so much personality.
yeah.
Everyone here.
Well, this is like someone's D&D game. Like this is the spirit of just guys fucking around the table, and someone come up with like a really goofy character, but it totally works in the setting. This one, it really embodies like the you and Cap vibe of like the wild at heart versus the dark elf. I was watching. He's doing battle now.
Yeah. I got King. I clicked the wrong one by accident. Actually, I wasn't paying attention. Fuck.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah,
See how it goes.
With a harm spell, you want to spam during real time. You just click before it goes to turn base.
Yeah. Well, I want to see how this goes because I have a specific point I've been saving. I'm going to see how your guy harm spams and what ends up happening here.
Oh,
no pressure.
Oh my god! All
right, so Lucan is down.
Yeah, Lucan is down.
There's two ogres on him. Virgil's staying behind.
I can't charm him. I can't mage lock. Fuck.
Yeah, there's no mage to lock. You got these two bare knuckle ogres about to pound the shit out of you. You have 21% chance to hit with your melee weapon. It's not looking too good. Your fatigue is already down.
Oh, we got two cocky mage bros. We got too cocky.
No, this is the point I wanted to make. I want to keep watching, so please keep going as I say this. But
oh god,
it took me like 5 attempts to kill these guys because I
should have gotten meat. Oh, he runs away. Let's go. Okay. See, never mind. Eat
Mage
shit.
Bros, Mage Patriots are back in control.
Mage is in
oh, he's back in your face with a beat the shit out of you.
I got healed.
That right. Might not be good though. Look at Virgil. He's at one fatigue point.
Who cares? He's a human. I'm a dark elf master race.
This next round determines everything. Down to 27 fatigue. Virgil is down.
Oh no!
You have two ogres. Yes. All right, there's two ogres. Virgil's on his back. Sleeping. All right, Gabe is down sleeping. And now he's getting kicked to death. This is exactly what I wanted to play out because this was my experience. 4 out of 5 attempts to beat these.
The Mage Master Race. No.
I was up to level 5. Is your guy about to level 5 now?
Yes, to level 4.
Okay, yeah, exactly. I just hit level 5. I think I had fucked up. I had not spent Virgil's points, so I underplayed, and also I was not using the dagger, which gives me backstab. I was using a sword, which I had not yet learned did not give me backstab. But my experience, and I want to know if you had this too, Gabe. Fighting these guys, it was like if you ever watch a porn video and you scroll down to the comments. I'm not saying I've ever done this, but every time there's a comment, some guy being like, "Oh, look at that guy, he's already like fading out. Look at he doesn't have his fatigue. I'm fatiguing out. Like, I've put me in there. I'd really be kicking his ass. That was me watching this fucking game, playing this game. Like, my guy fell on his ass to take a nap so many times. I was like, my God, dude. Like, something about the early game, and you know what it is probably the fact they have these guys fighting with their bare knuckles, but they're high strength, and so they do like a little bit of damage and a lot of fatigue damage, which I guess they were thinking, oh, this will make it easy for a starter character to get through because the health damage is low. But it just ends up with you and Virgil taking a ton of fatigue damage quickly and just getting kicked the shit out of.
Knocked out instantly.
Bro, it's just, I don't remember the rest of the game being a thing.
Well, here's the thing. Well, this is why you cheese it. So if you're watching right now, all you have to do to cheese it is just do real time.
Nobody can see it, by the way. Add this to the loop.
Well, yeah, for you, so I could save my dignity as a mage master race. Yeah, you just spam power me in real time. Yeah,
real time.
Do this. It'll already fucking dead before even the turn based even begins.
I'm trying to stick to turn based though, because I think that's the way the game was meant to be played. But no disrespect to our harm friends out there. Oh, all right. And Gabe just got knocked on his ass yet again.
Well, usually, okay, you usually have to start further away. Okay.
Mage Bros, way too cocky.
Oh God, man! No, you said, I know. I usually, if you do rapid click, you can actually get both of the orcs down. If you do the rapid fire.
But yeah, give yourself carpal tunnel, just whack them out.
Well, actually, I think the reason why they make it, I don't think that they made it easy. I think they were supposed to make it hard because the orcs, both of them go very fast. They have a very high speed. They punish you for trying to cheese it, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree. They wanted this to be like the filter. You want to know, leaving this town, you have a solid character statistically.
I'm going to go get my black friend. Hold on. How do you go? This is how Samuel Chamberlain got the Mexicans to fight his other Mexicans. You got to go bribe them with liquor. Hold on. Yeah, but you're right. I think because as a speech character, as a charisma build, you don't get any representation. Dare I say, you don't get represented so far. This is where the speech character signs is the bridge. You don't have to deal with this.
Yeah, with SOG, right? Like SOG is your ticket.
Basically. No. I mean, you just convince them to fuck off and let you go through.
Oh, that too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. I would say charisma build is kind of overpowered once you get to Shrouded Hills if you know what you're doing, because you can just with 1 point. I think you just need charisma 9, maybe 1 point persuasion, so 2 points. You could blow through this, or you could spend points on like a really good weapon, right? Like if you pick Child of a Hero and Bandit, it might be 1 or 2 others where you start with like a plus whatever sword, a really good gun, and you lean into that weapon style. That's what my gunslinger build I did, which literally I didn't do any of the side sets. I just went level 2 with the mod, to be fair, so the gun was slightly better than average than it is in the base game. Still pretty normal, but I was able to squeak out a victory against these guys at level 2, just being like a pure combat build, gun maximalizing with a start that where you lose like a point of intelligence or something, or charisma, I think it was.
There we go. Eat shit. There we go.
Yeah, they're beatable, but you got to understand the rules of the game. And I remember just getting demolished by these guys so many times as a kid.
You got to take out the fucking ogres first.
Yeah.
And the last time he landed, yes, there we go. Mage Master Race, 3rd time's the charm. There we go.
Sog isn't really doing anything. He's just kind of looking tough.
No, just look at the draw. 90% of the time, you can solo them as a mage. I just got really unlucky those 2 times.
Yeah.
I got too cocky.
No, it was worth it because I wanted to make sure you had the same experience as me, where you just got fucking just nappy time. Which again, do you remember that happening later in the game?
No, no. To be fair, by the end of the game, because think about it, you're still a wet neck at this point. You don't really know how to juggle enemies at this point properly as well.
In universe, like your guy.
Yeah. How to properly place your character, stuff like this, because you're just up to this point, you're just fucking steamrolling ailing wolves.
Yeah.
maybe a bear. Like you're not really doing much to human other than that one guy that shows up. Or like thieves, stuff like that. You're not really you're obviously not dealing with fucking ogres.
Yeah. Yeah, my guy squeaked by with Molotov cocktails. That was the big thing because that does area of effect damage on them. So I think I used one or maybe even two of them on these
Oh yeah,
guys.
because you have, let me check. You have the stun grenades. You get two stun grenades and you get an explosive grenade at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah, so if you're willing to burn those now, which is really no reason not to, I probably should have just used those because you'll
Yeah,
find more later.
actually, I'm curious. So if I avoid harm spam, let me try doing the tech peasant way. Hold on.
It's probably gonna suck because your guy's a magic guy though. But yeah, give it a shot. You
Hold
never
on.
know.
Actually, in that case, let me do Theodore Build a Bomb.
Build a bunghole. But you're also you load the save just now and you're in dark. So remember also you might want to jump time. Because
Yeah,
dark penalties are pretty good in this game. I did not realize as a kid I got wrecked by dark penalties without realizing it.
yeah, that's why Tim Cain calls this game the kitchen sink of the games. They just threw everything. They threw everything they ever wanted to do. And see, look at this unique little fire light sprite, by the way. It's different from the electric sprite.
Yeah, in front of Ritz's house, there's a fire, a lamp, as opposed to electric light, which is constant and it's flickering.
Return to tradition, Shrouded, man. And you hover over it, it gets a little brighter. It's a great little design touch like this, man.
One of my favorite design touches is the weapons, where when you equip a weapon, it's a separate graphic, whereas in your inventory it looks different.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of just that little attention to detail really makes it pop.
Well, but the thing is, Tim Cain says this hurts them. That the normie RPG, the Boulder Gate retards, just bounced off Arcanum, apparently.
Yeah, and so maybe that's something to consider as we're praising this as the starting zone. Is it just the opacity of the rules I was talking about? And these mods really help with that. Like, is that it?
So you know what half your stats even fucking do?
Yeah, I think that honestly that makes the difference. Like being able to understand and like explain, oh, I need melee because it gives me a flat 5% hit chance benefit, or 20% essentially every time I put a point into it. I think that the skills really fucked up. You got to drag it down into your
you got to do the hand,
slot.
right?
Yeah, the hand, or
right
just
here.
put it in your belt. Yeah, the little
there we
thing at
go.
the bottom.
Yeah, the little utility belt right here.
Yeah.
You
Save before you do it because you probably have to do this 3 times.
Yes, this beautifully intuitive game design in terms of when Leonard Boyarsky really hates the UI in Arcanum, and then he's like, I can't believe we made it this unintuitive, I guess you could say.
Yeah. No, it's of the era in
a very cozy way.
Pre of the era, honestly.
What this game was released? What 2003?
2001. Before 9/11.
2001.
I think last night we were talking about 2 weeks before 9/11.
Yes, 2 weeks before 9/11, and then it just gets leapfrogged by Morrowind. Right, we get 3D RPGs by the time of 2003.
It's a tragedy. I really wish there was more games like this. Oh, one we might talk about later is Age of Decadence. I don't know if you ever played that one.
Oh, the Slavjang masterpiece, right?
No, that one's it's a Burgers made it.
Age of Decadence was made by Maramuts?
I'm pretty sure, maybe even Canadians.
Oh, fuck! I got it's 60% chance. Come on.
There's other ones that are Slav core. All right, let me see. Let me watch this battle here.
What? It didn't fucking do anything.
I think you missed so bad that they didn't do damage.
It just disappeared. Oh, dodged. See, the dodge skill.
It does pay off.
There we go. Okay. Oh fuck. Yep. And I forgot to get drunk. God damn it.
You're just getting ganged up on now. It's not. Oh, down to 30, down to like 20% of your total fatigue.
There you go.
Again, your health is doing okay. You're fatigued there, buddy.
Okay. Oh fuck. Right. I've not been retaining my grill. Yeah, I haven't been edging enough.
That was the profile picture. That guy that looks like a retainer. He's the guy I beat the game with.
Oh really?
Yeah, that little face. Yeah.
The character portraits are great. Like this guy just looks like a Confederate general. This is Nathan Bedford Forrest.
Is that who it is?
No, it looks like. And honestly, I would have put it past.
I'm positive at least a few of them are Confederate and or Union generals.
Honestly, I would not put it past this era Boyarsky to do that kind of shit.
Yeah. Pre 9/11, the Jewish, the gnomish
The,
plot, just put it right out in the open.
he's the Jewish edgelord.
Yeah.
But the thing of Boyarsky, he still retains a lot of his priors. Because if you notice with the posters in Toronto with the orcs in it, he uses old Nazi posters as reference. He does that in Outer Worlds too. He uses World War One posters as a reference to a lot of the posters. But thing is, it doesn't make like with the game here because of mass democracy and the industrial age. It makes a lot more sense in Arcanum than it does in Outer Worlds because the politics does it the analogous the symmetry of the temporal narratives make a lot more sense in Arcanum than it does in Outer Worlds.
Yeah, it's an industrial era ideology for an industrial era game versus a liberal era, or even like post lib, uber lib, a bread tube era game with trying to squeeze in World War II era propaganda. It's like incongruous.
Right. No, exactly.
We're wandering far afield, so we'll cap this off. This will be our big Shrouded Hills episode. Not to say we won't come back at some point, because we do have like one or two little quests will probably drag us back here.
Where is my regular? Here's the explosive grenade.
There you go. Gabe is trying to like redeem himself on his guys. I've been watching people I guess we're not sharing this portion of the video, but Gabe's getting his ass kicked for like five times, whiffing these grenade throws. Do you have any points in throw?
No, I do not have any.
Well, that'll do it. Yeah, okay. You can hit him point blank.
It's 60%. I want to put a little bit space between me.
Let's watch it and see.
All right, 60%. Let's go.
All right, and it landed in the lake, in the river.
Fuck you. Hold on. I'm going to do this. Hold on. I'll put in the ring. I'll put in the ring and give myself 1,000 experience points.
Which I'm not using again, for the record. I'm playing fair and square.
Oh yeah, you totally told me generously. You totally did not. If you. Oh, hold on.
All right, explosive premium grenade.
60%. Let's go, fucker. You know what? It's done. You know what? No, we're going all in. They just disappeared. Fuck you too.
They're not even aggroed. You're missing so bad. They're not even viewing you as a threat. You threw all 3 grenades. They all landed at your feet.
Oh my god.
You can still talk to him. Hey, bro, that was weird, wasn't it? Ooh.
Hey, nice fire. No. He's the thief is so dumb. He's my energetic friend. Nice firecrackers you have shown us. He thinks it's firecrackers.
We have a whole thing. We have to get in the dynamite eventually, but let's cap it off. That's Shrouded Hills as our zone 1. I think we've given a good defense of it. Maybe pointed out why it maybe filtered a few people, but I think this point is just point of the game is like a real high note, and it only gets better in terms of like Toronto coming up. Before we close, though, I mean, we haven't figured out our next steps.
I finally found, yes. So you say, this is how you charisma your way across the bridge. You say, I'm a thief too. I'm something of a thief myself.
I'm level 5 Riz Lord. I want to do that because I want to join the Thieves Guild or whatever it's called in Toronto. But by memory, I'm pretty sure you can just walk in and just, I don't know, bluff them or something and they'll let you join.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know I'm not dressed like a thief. I know, why would a thief be running around with a giant 9-foot tall half ogre? I know why would a stealth thief try to throw 3 grenades and just waste it all?
I'm just vibing, man. I'm just, yeah.
But actually, what were you saying about what you want to do next?
Yeah, just thinking through. So the one sidetrack I'm thinking for the next one, talk about traveling as a general thing, and I was thinking about swinging by Durnholm. I can either just do that on my own, and then we can start in Toronto, or if you want to go to Durnholm and do like 1 or 2 quests, and we can talk about there's a wolf den there on the way too. Just do like a little bullshitting around, traveling, what traveling is like in this game, which you've already touched on a little bit, and because I need to recruit Jaina because she is a level 6 character, so if I get her later, she'll be shittier. I want to get a tech. She's like a tech healer type character.
Oh, so I forgot you have a female build as well.
In this one, no, I'm just playing through with my male guy, my male thief. I have the gunslinger. He is male too, actually. I guess I should have made him female in hindsight. for variety. But I'm not planning to stick with him probably for too much of it.
It's because I fucked up. I clicked the wrong thing. He's like, "Sorry, my friend. I'm no longer convinced." That you can convince him for so long, but if you fuck up saying that the Thief Underground has a leader, he doubles the price from 500 gold to 1,100
That's how they
coins.
get you. You just gotta say, "I will go now," and then just come back and pretend like nothing happened. Because
And
I'm
you
pretty
keep
sure
on-
you get away with it.
And it'll fraudulent, you bumbling dunderheaded fool. It's so good. It's so fucking good.
Yeah. So
So
what do you think
you-
about? I don't know if you have any preference. Are you down to go to Durnholm? Because then we can also wrap up the mine. Because I think we can meet with the sister there.
So you want to go to Durnholm before we go to Toronto?
Yeah, which is not normally how I play it, but being I'm a tech guy, I think it would be good for me to have her, and then we'll do Toronto like all in one big go. Well, probably like at least 2 episodes. I think we'll probably do a day 1 of Toronto, and then the Skylers, and like after the Skylers.
Oh, and then Magnus, we could do because we could do the classic thing where one of us decides to hook up with the Necromages and dab on Magnus, the other one.
That would work for me too. Yeah, because my guy's a tech guy, so having Magnus and Jaina would be ideal. Because then he would be making weapons for us. She would be making medicine for us. I would be just stealing money and all sorts of stuff, and I guess making bombs. So between the 3 of us, we have a pretty well-rounded like tech group.
Yeah, and the first hour of our Toronto one is simply just masturbating to how good the newspapers are.
Honestly, it's pretty likely. Like, there's gonna be a lot of masturbation in that episode in general because it's just it's all timer, just like video game setting, location, and everything.
Yeah, because the you can get front loaded with the lore. The newspapers are like some ways even better than radio stations because you have to wait for the radio stations. You have to
wait. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Oh yeah.
Retain your Torontianness. We'll get there. We'll think.
I'm a Torontian tugger. Damn it! I want to get to Toronto.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Well, all right. Well, unless you have an objection, then we'll do, because I think the travel in Durnholm, we won't do a ton of shit in Durnholm. I think it'll be like a little pit stop. I want to get my girl.
Well, yeah, actually, that's a good idea because we could see because Shrouded Hills is like a medium. It's still, it's not. It's just now just got its engine. It's still semi-trad. The technology's just been introduced to Shrouded Hills, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just creeping in.
You still have your trad gypsy right here. I think she's called a gypsy, right? Like the term gypsy is used, I think, in the game. By the way.
Yeah, probably not allowed anymore. I'm sure someone would object. What's it, Roma? They're Roma.
Proud Roma GF, right? Proud Roma woman, right? But yeah, but to the south, if you go south, you get to see the North Korea basically, right? Because they straight refuse at all costs technology.
All right, I'm gonna play us out. If anyone listened this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff. Thank you so much for listening to our series here, the Cain Corner, the cut. Just the Cain Corner. Yeah.
Let's go.
And have a good night.
Good night and good tugging.